Okay, this is another piece of newsprint. Let's see if we can make this one come up a treat. We'll enlarge it at the end of setting this thing up. So going here, I'm just going to go here, set that to the lightest. Feel there's a little bit of contrast. Copy density, just a little bit lighter. Okay. Right. This original is going to be here. It's just got to check the size of it. It is someplace in the snowy country. I don't know where it is. It looks very pretty. Somewhere in Canada or US or Alaska. I don't know, I've forgotten. I just cut the picture out of it, but it's a nice looking, it's a very nice looking image. It's not going to line up terribly well because we cut it crookedly. It's very hard to cut these straight when you're using it, just doing a freehand cut with just a pair of scissors. So it's considerably smaller than A6 both ways. It's going to be more than 200%. Let's see how we go, making this look good. So we're going to go 210 one way, and we're going to go 210 the other way. I've got a feeling it's still going to be a bit small, but I could be wrong. Okay. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's way too small, but it's a nice wet looking image, and the white areas look quite crisp. So that's pretty good, except our enlargement is not anywhere near as large as it should be. Stabilizing image ready to scan. Our cyan toner is getting low, so it's not going to be long before we have a toner out indication, and that's when we change our toner. So now let's see how we go. 210 is way small. We're going to make it 290 that way, and 290 this way. Hopefully this will be a good fit. So let's see how it goes. Good thing about making a small image instead of one that goes to the edge is at least I can see how much we've cut off of our image while we're making our larger one. So we've cut quite a bit off. So you can see here, that's the first one, and this is the second one. The second one looks nice. I think we've cropped it quite well, but you can see the car is right down there. So I'm wondering if we're gonna make it a bit of a smaller enlargement, but you can see the lovely half-tone dots, and they look really pretty well defined, with very little, if any, background. So let's see if maybe we're going to make this one a little bit smaller. So we're going to go, I'm thinking 270 might be the bill, hopefully. If not, we just got to go a bit bigger. Sometimes cropping out parts of the image actually makes it look better when you enlarge it a little bit bigger than the original. It can often be better composed. Oh no, yeah, see? Now we're running it. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. We're going to lose our settings. I've got to remember we're on 270, but that's our image just before we ran out of fucking toner. Okay, toner out. We're going to video this toner out. So now we're just going to, sorry folks, I've got to open up a new cyan toner. So I'm just putting this on the, hopefully it's not too dirty, putting it on the bed. So just be patient folks as I open this up. And I'll just put this bit of sticky tape on the windowsill for now. And I'm just going to open up a new toner cartridge. So out it comes. Well, we're not pulling it out yet. First we've got to pull the spent one out. So that shouldn't be too hard. This is the third time I've changed toner in a matter of a couple of weeks. So now we just have to turn it this way. And we just gently pull it out. Out it comes. Here's our spent cyan toner cartridge. So there you have it. We're just going to put that on the top there, and we're going to put it back in the box where we send it back to Mytronics, the company I'm leased. I didn't actually lease this machine, but the machine I got from them. We're just putting the phone down for me to shake the toner cartridge. I'll just put it down for now on the windowsill. Just put it there. I'm just going to shake the toner in a twisting sort of motion as the instructions say to do. So we just shake it. Just use both hands. Just give it a good shake. It's done. Now folks, I've just shaken the toner cartridge and we've got to line this up. I think this is what we have to line up. So we're just going to shove this toner cartridge back in. This has actually got to go that way. It's got to slide into the unlock position. So we're just going to slide him in. I think it's our new toner. Yeah, it is our new toner. And all we have to do now is gently click it and it's in place, okay? So there you have it. We've got one more toner we haven't changed, and that's the black. That'll be the next one to go. So now it's time to close her up. We're just going to put this old shit away in the box simply by putting it in there, and we're just going to close the box. Sorry folks. When I get around to it, I've got to pick up soon a black toner cartridge. So when I pick up the black toner cartridge, I'll then here we go. I'll then bring these with me while I'm picking up the black one. They'll go for recycling. We have to now set this fuck-ass thing up all over again. When it runs out of paper, it holds the settings. When it runs out of toner, it drops out altogether. So that's a real pain in the ass for Konica Minolta. So yeah, Konica, you fucked up there. You cut too many fucking corners. How hard is it to make this machine remember the settings that were input before we changed toner cartridge? No, you're too stupid. You're too dumb. So if I remember correctly, we're on 270 that way. 270. So what happens if we're in the middle of a fucking big job? If we're in an office and it drops out like that, and it won't remember what it's scanned or whatever. Who cares? It's confusing. It's fucking Konica Minolta. I don't know what if the dock feeder picks up from where it loses. It's a problem, Konica. You're fucking idiots. You don't know anything about good copier design. You don't know nothing about the environment. You don't know nothing about how people use these machines, and you don't know about social responsibility. In fact, you're a fucking dunce. You should wear a fucking dunce's cap, like a cone-shaped piece of paper made out of, believe it or not, fool's cap paper, which is where the word fool's cap comes from, because it was the size that dunces used to wear in the old days of school. You guys deserve a fucking dunce's cap on your head, fuckwits. Idiots. Fuck, I have to set this dumb piece of shit up again and start the job all over again. I have to fucking discard the last piece because I want everything to be identical. So fuck you, Konica. You fuckwits, you dummy fucking idiots. Let's just try that again. I'm wondering if that's the right sort of crop, or if we might have to maybe crop it a little bit less. We can crop it a little bit less, actually. So I'm wondering if, yeah, we can crop it less. So maybe we can use this as an opportunity to change our settings for the better. I'm going to try and make a positive out of a negative, so to speak. Right, how big are we going to make this now? We're going to make it 260, or was it 250? We're going 260 that way. 260 this way. So fuck you, Konica. You made a fucking shit. You're fucking assholes and dickheads. You just care about money. All you're good at making is money. You don't care about the fucking anything that I've just mentioned. I couldn't give a fuck if you went out of business the next day. Oh, actually I do care, because I still have this fucking machine that I need to run. I've got important work to do on it, but apart from that, if I can stop, if I can do my dash and then stop, well then I can basically do without yours, Konica. Let's see, maybe a bit smaller we're going to go, so maybe we didn't lose anything after all. But just as well, Konica, because you're fucking got no idea, and you're to me, you're a bunch of fucking clowns who don't know what you're fucking doing. You're fucking Bozo the fucking clown, or clowns. You don't know anything about copy or design. You don't know fucking anything. You know jack shit. And you, Mr. CEO, whoever you are, you suck shit. If you can understand my fucking English, you suck shit. Now we've made it too small. We've got to make it a bit bigger. So maybe 260 or a bit smaller than 260. Let's just see how close we can make it. So I think it was the vertical that was a bit too small. So we're going to make it 255 that way, and 255, I'm hoping this will work. I've got a feeling it's going to still be too small. We'll soon find out. This has been a really prolongated demo, but don't forget we just changed the toner cartridge, so that took up a fair amount of time. So let's see how we go. Still shit. Yeah, I think it's still small. I think 260 is probably the best bet. So we're just going to switch ourselves over. I had a gut feeling 260 was the right size, so we're just going to make our settings to 260. Nerds will inherit the copier world. Oh yeah, the way the copier industry's going, they will inherit a very rough and ready, a very broken industry full of assholes. They're going to have to somehow they're going to take over. How the nerds and the geeks are going to take over the industry beats me, but it's actually, even at 160, we still have a bit cut off, a bit too long. So we're just going to enlarge it just a little bit more, maybe. But basically, I'm a perfectionist, as you can see, folks. I'm a tad bit of a perfectionist. We're going to make it 264. We don't want to go too far. So yeah, you know, the photocopier industry is just full of shit. I mean, this machine is actually got the built-in obsolescence of this machine is so great that after less than 5 years from now, this machine will have no longer spare parts available in the event of a breakdown. So the spare parts are going to run out as of the manufacturing time frame, or whenever it is. It's going to run out. After 5 years in service, a machine like this will no longer have spare parts readily available. The manufacturer, Konica Minolta, will stop manufacturing spare parts. So this machine will only be in service for 5 years, or at least until it breaks down. And after 5 years, you got to fucking fork out for another fucking piece of shit called a photocopier. So yeah, they're basically expensive little shitters. This one's a lot cheaper. Photocopier prices have gone down significantly, the colour machines, but that doesn't mean it's good value. I mean, of course, it's good that we don't have to spend $100,000 on a machine, because I don't have that sort of money. But on the downside, the quality's gone downhill. But even a machine like an old Canon CLC-1 or CLC-500 would probably only have spare parts available for 10 years, and then after that, your fucking investment is worth fuck all. But this is still not good enough. A photocopier, this machine should be really manufactured to last at least 10 years. But that's not the way Konica Minolta want it. Or for that matter, I think all the other players in the industry probably still have a similar lifespan to this piece of shit. Like Woolies and Coles, there's not much difference in, I'm pretty sure, Woolies and Coles are supermarket chains in Australia, the two biggest, and it seems as if when one chain does something, the other chain also mirrors or copies, pardon the puns, what the other chain does. They're so competitive, they just lock each other lock their horns together, and they don't offer much difference. So I assume most other machines have a similar lifespan to this machine, regardless of who makes it. I don't know. I don't have all the facts, but it's from what I can tell. And I've seen machines just get turned over so quickly, not just Konica Minolta, but other brands. But anyway, I think we can now call this quits. There we have it. Sorry folks, I just pressed I didn't press the button properly. This is going to be a really prolongated demo. Gotta go.